The National Human Rights Commission convened a day-long interfaith dialogue aimed at combating hate speech and fostering peaceful coexistence among Gambians. Held at the Sadauda Kairaba Jawara International Conference Center, the event brought together religious leaders from the two dominant faiths in the Gambia under the theme Fostering Social Cohesion through Interfaith Dialogue and Action. The convergence focused on the rising trend of hate speech in the country, particularly when linked with religious identity, and sought to strengthen collaboration between faith leaders in addressing this pressing issue. Speaking at the opening, the National Human Rights Commission's chairman, Dr. Emmanuel Diouf, emphasized the need to preserve the Gambia's tradition of religious harmony and tolerance, which he warned is at risk of eroding.
But Muslims and Christian siblings, children of mixed marriages, and communities were bound together, and they have been bound together not just by faith, but by kinship, neighborhood, and friendship. This is the Gambia many of us were born into, especially those in the Greater Banjul area. This is a fact. A Gambia where your neighbor's faith, your neighbor's tribe, or political opinion never determine how you treated them. Unfortunately, this social fabric is being strained. And we are witnessing worrying trends, increasing polarization, the growth of intolerance, and disturbing rise in hate speech, often cloaked in religious and sometimes tribal rhetoric.
He further acknowledged the dangerous impact of hate speech, referencing the Rwandan genocide as a stark reminder of how unchecked rhetoric can lead to national catastrophe. Dr. Diouf called on religious leaders to take an active role in combating such incitement. Representing the UN Resident Coordinator, Ms. Yvonne Masara-Kufa, echoed similar concerns. She reaffirmed the United Nations commitment to supporting the Human Rights Commission through the Peace Building Fund.
Through the Peace Building Fund, he supported the National Human Rights Commission study on hate speech, which provides clear evidence of the scope, the drivers, and the risks of hate speech in the country. This support is also in line with the United Nations Strategy and Plan of Action on Hate Speech, which recognizes hate speech as a threat to international peace and security, sustainable development, and human dignity. The strategy also calls for a multi-pronged approach, including stronger legislation, public awareness, early warning systems, and crucially, dialogues such as the one we are having today.
Faith leaders from both religious communities also voiced strong commitments to the cause. The president of the Supreme Islamic Council, Sheikh Al-Hadi Esa Dabo, emphasized Islam's firm stance against divisive speech.
In our nation. As religious leaders, we bear a great moral and spiritual responsibility to confront all forms of incitement, verbal abuse, and narratives that promote hatred and intolerance. The Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "Khairukum ahsanukum akhlaqa." The best among you are those with the best character. And the Almighty Allah says, وَقُولُوا لِلنَّاسِ حُسْنًا, and speak kindly to people. Islam has prohibited cursing, insulting, backbiting, gossip, and engaging in falsehood, as these acts cause harm and division within the society.
The president of the Gambia Christian Council, Bishop James Banimanga, underlined the profound influence of religious leaders on society.
You see, our society is what it is because it is a reflection of us, the preachers. I want to suggest very clearly here that the Gambia will be what it is because if you are in Gambia on Friday, the whole nation stops. Why? They're coming to mosque. The whole nation stops on Sunday because they're coming to church. So if as religious leaders, we are telling those who are listening to us to reflect the tenets and values of our greetings, peace be with you. They reflect the tenets and values of what we preach, assalamu alaikum. Then this nation will be a peaceful nation.
Speaking on behalf of the Minister of Lands, Local Government and Religious Affairs, Permanent Secretary Ibrahim Sisau highlighted the convergent significance in building a united front against hate speech. The National Human Rights Commission also presented findings from a recent national survey which revealed that 35% of hate speech is incited by religious leaders. This alarming statistic underscores the critical role religious leaders must play in reversing the tide. For Voice Out Digital News, I am Abdullah Dabo.